Thank you so much for purchasing my book, Let's Grow Some Muscle. This is the bicep and forearm routine. Like all the routines in my book, these are all routines I've made for myself and continue to use. I've been using this one for a long time and I really like it a lot. So there's something different about this routine from a typical arm day. Typically people train bicep and tricep together on arm day. Now there's nothing wrong with that. It's really good. There's a lot of advantages to it. So if you're doing that now, there's nothing wrong with that. I'll probably continue to do that in the future as well. But I've been separating the two into two different arm days because there's two advantages to that. One, if your triceps are weak or your biceps are weak, separating them from one or the other allows you to get more work done on one day. So if you have a weak point in bicep or tricep, separating the two helps. Also, if you want big forearms, you got to find time to put them in, and we're going to be putting them in on this bicep day. So we got a bicep and lower arm day today. There's not really a long warm-up you have to do for this. I mean, you can just kind of breeze through it, do some quick dynamic stretches for the biceps, some manual manipulation, some wrist and forearm work. There is one stretch that's going to help you for the first exercise, and that is a shoulder rotation static stretch, because the first exercise in this routine is going to be heavier preacher curls for 8 to 10 reps. I know 8 to 10 doesn't sound heavy, but I just feel like a lot of people don't know their real limits on preacher curl because they just don't try hard enough. They don't work up to it correctly. So we're gonna work up to a top set or two of preacher curls, and we're gonna work up to it in the same way that you would max out on a deadlift or a squat. So we're gonna start low, lots of warm-up sets, and we're really gonna push it on that first set, and then we're gonna take a really good rest break and do it again on the second set. Take your time warming up, at least 90 seconds rest between these, even the lighter sets. So I'm gonna show you how to set up for this. This is actually a pretty technical exercise. You're gonna grab on the inside. I sometimes wrap my thumb, and then get a really good grip on it. You might even wanna chalk up. When you come up, don't try to curl straight from the bottom, just get up. So you're gonna start your first rep at the top. Get your elbows in. This is why we did that shoulder external rotation stretch. Get your shoulders in. Really wedge your armpits into the pad. Push everything down and then lower slowly. Up. You don't have to extend all the way if you're concerned about your bicep, but don't do partials, okay? So, in. Even breathe and brace on these. So you're gonna work up to something heavy. Let's keep going. Ah! Ah! Yeah! Come on! Good! 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 Yes! I love curls! So after just those two heavy sets, you should have a really hard pump already in your muscles. Something different from doing a lot of volume. But now we're gonna do a lot more volume, so we're gonna be doing more reps on the next exercise. So we're gonna pick a cable variation. Cable is different from free weight because it has constant tension throughout the range of motion. We wanna pick something that's kind of more isolated. So a good option is a laying, easy curl attachment cable curl. So you can also do this on a low row. What you're gonna do is just lay back on it. Be stable and curl. That is a good exercise. Now we're gonna move on to dumbbell hammer curl variation. Let's go. All right, this next exercise I got from the late and great John Meadows, rest in peace. It is dumbbell hammer curls with elbow support on a lat pull down. So just find your nearest lat pull down, pull up the thigh support pads, and what you're gonna do is you grab some dumbbells and do some hammer curls this way. Now we're only gonna do one set of this. It's gonna be a drop set, so grab 2 sets of dumbbells. You're gonna wanna aim for around 10 reps for each of these. Okay, so here we go. Back. Neutral grip on this. That's what makes it a hammer curl. So do not supinate your palm. It's gonna hit that brachialis muscle real good. Grip it. Get some forearm in there. If you want to, you can also stand up, get some extra cheat reps, get them to the top. Little swing, really tightens up. Whew, that's why we're only doing one of those. All right, next exercise. Pump is working. Very good, very good. So what we're gonna move now is to a reverse curl. Okay, so everything up to this point has been supinated, then we moved to neutral, now we're moving to overhand. So we've kind of transitioned from things that involved less grip to more grip. So at this point you should have some tightness in your forearms from gripping things for so long. So now we're going to do like blow up our forearms, cable, easy curl attachment, reverse curl for a high number of reps. Make sure you really squeeze at the top. You're gonna feel this compartment squeeze. You're gonna feel your grip get taxed, and you're gonna feel the brachialis pump up right here. So really hitting all the angles for the bicep, really getting some lower arm work in. So this is, we're gonna be doing like 20 to 40 reps, okay? And don't worry too much about form on this, like, you know, back stuff. Like keep it kind of clean, but then as you get further, you just kind of want to keep keep the set going for this right here. You can grip on the outside and the inside. I usually like to start on the outside and kind of move to the inside until I get fatigue. Do these fast. Not like this, more like this. If you're doing 2 sets like that, you're gonna love it. The next exercise is time attack for your forearms. You have 2 options. One, you get a forearm grower from my company, Grip Genie, and go ahead and use the same cable attachment, cable station that you're using for the reverse curl, and lower the weight a smidge. What you're gonna do is step back, and you're going to roll it up with your forearm. So your goal is just to do as many of these as you can in 5 minutes. And you can rest, stop when it burns, take a second, just for 5 minutes, start the clock. Rest, shake it out, and it's gonna burn. You're just gonna try to get as many as you can, keep track of how many you do, so that next time you do this workout, you can beat yourself, okay? Yep. You can also do this with a barbell. Let me show you that variation. The barbell alternative is you just grab the center, and you do the exact same thing. You just rotate, and you kind of keep track of your revolutions by looking for like a landmark on the sleeve over here, and you can just count your number of revolutions, and it burns. Yeah, very simple, very effective. It burns. Again, keep track of your revolutions so that next time you can beat your score, and then after 5 minutes, you're gonna go immediately to the next exercise. Right after you finish your forearm grower or your barbell rotations, your forearms are gonna be lit up. So what you're gonna do is immediately go to a pull-up bar and hang. Okay? So I don't really care what your shoulders do here. your neck or whatever. It's not really for the shoulder or the spine. It's more for kind of stretching out the bicep a little bit, but primarily for your grip. So we're just taxing our grip even more. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna do time on, time off. So you're gonna hold on for as long as you can, and when you can't hold on any longer, or when it starts to burn a lot, and it should happen pretty quick because you just supersetted this basically. So let go, and you're going to take the exact same amount of time that you're hanging for your rest period. So keep a clock nearby or something to keep an eye on for how long you've been hanging. And your goal is to do, I don't know, 45 seconds total, a minute total, 2 minutes total. It really depends on how heavy you are or how strong your grip is. So challenge yourself every time you come back in to do this workout. Try to hang a little bit longer for total time. Okay, so again, just time on, time off. So if I hang on for 3 seconds, I only get 3 seconds of rest. If I hang on for 10 seconds, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, then I get 10 seconds of rest. But I do encourage you to try to go to failure so that you're not just grabbing it over and over again. So it should happen pretty quick, and when you're done with this, you're gonna go ahead and move to the last exercise in the routine, which is some extensor work for your forearms, just to kind of balance things out and help you prevent some injuries. So let's go do that now. The last exercise is just a rehab exercise, but it feels pretty good, it burns. So what you're gonna do is get some rubber bands. Asparagus bands are good. We also sell these extensor bands on gripgenie.com. So you go to my website, gripgenie.com, and you can get a pair of these. And what you're gonna do is, I like to do this on a preacher bench for some reason, just so I can kind of hold my hands out, and then you're just gonna expand, okay? Like this. And you do like sets of 20 or so to failure, just a couple sets. And make sure in between those two sets, you rest, 3 minutes or so, kind of like we did for all the other exercises in this routine. So I'm really big on proper rest periods so that you're strong on every set of the workouts. So if you want to progress in this routine, you can add weight, you can add reps, you can add sets, but I wouldn't mess with the rest periods, okay? So thank you, this is burning. Thank you very much for purchasing the program. Again, there are time codes in the description below if you're looking for any help on any particular exercise in this routine. Okay guys, I'm gonna finish with these rubber bands. Burns.